Are you ready to take the next step to win-win e-commerce? Join over 450 online businesses that have seen an average of 354% growth through partnering with the W2 Cloud Platform Suite. E-commerce is surging, but can your online platforms keep up? Do you have the tools you need to satisfy changing customer demands? And can you add them fast enough? Does expansion mean paying to add new features, integrations, and capabilities? It takes more than software to create powerful e-commerce solutions. It takes partnership. Partnership that builds on 15 years of Japanese innovation to deliver an all-in-one e-commerce platform that does things the way you want them done. All-in-one, but not one-size-fits-all. The flexibility to choose from over 800 tried and tested functions, plus access to dedicated engineering resources to create exactly what you need. 100% in-house development for secure, robust and proven results. W2 offers a partnership that extends beyond the go-live. An e-commerce platform that is not an expense, but an investment in success. Not just your investment in sophisticated, personalized experiences that delight your customers, but our investment in your success, supporting you at every step of your customer's journey. Our commitment is to improve every interaction from when a customer reaches your online store to the moment their purchase is delivered. We'll bring everything we've learned from 15 years of enabling e-commerce to ensure your growth. It's not just customer support we provide, but customer success. 450 customers with an average of 354% growth know what that success looks like. Partner with W2 today. It's a win-win.
Wonderful stuff. Wow, that was our new video here at W2 UK, which we're really enjoying watching. I can't get enough of it myself. So we'll crack straight on actually. So welcome everyone to the next W2 UK webinar, preparing for Christmas e-commerce sales. We'll dive straight in actually. So I'll pass over to the UK Head of Sales and Marketing, who's going to be our host again for today, Sean Jones. So I hope everyone enjoys and I'll speak to you all afterwards. Take it away, Sean.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Emmy Louise. Give me just a moment as I'll bring this all up. And thank you for joining again today, everyone, for our second webinar now. So a couple of weeks ago, we looked at COVID-19 and the state of e-commerce and how COVID-19 has essentially changed the state of play from an e-commerce growth perspective. Today, we're very much looking at, on the back of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, how we can learn from those, how we can prepare for our Christmas e-commerce sales as well. So there are definitely some learnings which have been, frankly, astounding over the past couple of weeks. After Black Friday, seeing this growth, which we knew was unprecedented anyway, based off our State of E-commerce webinar, and we knew that the e-commerce industry was growing and growing and growing and had boomed. I don't think we were quite expecting how much it had done so as well. So just to take you through a little bit of today's agenda, I'm, as Emmy Louise mentioned, my name is Sean Jones. I'm the head up UK sales and marketing here at W2 Solution. We're going to very briefly go into who are W2, particularly because we're very new in the UK as well. We're going to have a look, before we jump really into the learnings from Black Friday and Cyber Mondays, what are the biggest challenges that we face as online retailers? A lot of this is a little bit similar to what we would have seen in our previous webinar as well. There'll be a couple of points which you might recognize, but then we're really going to jump into what have we learned from Black Friday and Cyber Monday? How does that affect our Christmas e-commerce sales? How do we learn from and overcome these challenges as well? And how do we do that a little bit here at W2 Solution? We won't have necessarily a question and answer as part of this webinar. So my email is there. Feel free to get in touch with me at my email address there, or indeed contact us via our website. But if you do have any questions at all that come out of this particular webinar, please don't hesitate at all to get in touch with me. So let's dive straight into it then. W2 Solution, just very briefly. Who are we? W2 Solution, we're a Japanese e-commerce platform provider. So we moved to the UK earlier this year. We've brought our award-winning technology and customer service or customer success mindset with us. So we're 15 years old, merging on 16 now. But the W2 package was launched in 2005. We've provided it to over 450 e-commerce clients in Japan, which includes the likes of Microsoft Store. My personal favorite, Crocs, use us in Japan, and Yakult as well. On average, our clients have a 354% increase in sales after migrating their e-commerce solution to our platform. That's over usually a 3-year period because it's very much a long-term relationship we have with our clients. We view ourselves as the best option for bringing success in e-commerce for the mid to large manufacturers and brands, essentially where you're looking to grow your e-commerce and do it in a really flexible, customizable, and secure way. We help you do that really effectively. Our client's business really begins after a sales order has been received and the site has opened. So we don't just throw you out into the world once we've launched your website. We help you in terms of entering the customer success phase to grow your market through facilitating sales and marketing, having a great CRM function, great CMS function, great ongoing relationships, and increasing sales per customer, really pushing that repeat purchase. We're a highly secure platform, and due to our 100% in-house development, high security HTTPS sites, antivirus protocols, and internally built mechanisms, we really focus on protecting our customer sites safely from unauthorized attacks and access attacks. We want to essentially replicate our brilliance in the UK that we've had in the Asian market. That's a little bit about us as well. So jumping straight into this, what are the biggest challenges that we face at the moment as online retailers? At W2, we know that our number one challenge as online sellers is getting our buyers to repeat purchases, to keep coming back to our store. This is because companies often find that the unit cost for acquiring new customers, things such as advertising expenses, pay-per-click marketing, SEO tags, creating all of these things, grows higher and higher due to fierce competition. Therefore, in order to increase what we refer to as lifetime value, we need to ensure that customers who have already purchased a product go on to repeat a purchase like that in the future. We think really this is the core of success in online business. Primarily, this is done by utilizing email and social media. So really in order to increase the number of repeat purchases by making the acquired customers fans of our brand. We really want to create that sense of customer loyalty through how we do this as well, and through this great customer relationship management. The reason why so many websites emphasize this, and there are so many CRM services that focus on creating this great customer relationship, is simply that we cannot rely on the sales of new customers alone. To get to a more base level then, why would companies not continue to repeat purchases with us? Why would customers not order from our website in the first place? The answer for UK consumers specifically was price comparison. That's a really big motivator in the UK. So according to the results of a consumer survey conducted consecutively in 2018 and 2019, primarily price comparison came across. Those surveys predominantly cited price comparison and greater variety of product as the two leading motivations as to why UK consumers do their shopping online. Delivery also plays a major part. You would have seen in the last week Royal Mail in the news quite a few times in terms of the delivery issues across many of their brands, not just one or two of them, and many of their consumers. In a survey from SendCloud, where multiple answers were possible, 61% of respondees said that they would leave an online store because delivery costs were too high. And 29% of British shoppers that spend £150 or more have said they're just absolutely unwilling to pay for any delivery cost whatsoever as well. The inverse of this is that British shoppers will add on to their carts. So 72% of British online shoppers are likely to add another product to their shopping basket to reach a free shipping threshold. So instead of paying £141, for example, for items, they'll add £9 to get to the 150 to essentially not pay that delivery cost. I love the psychology behind that one, despite the actual cost that goes into it as well. And I'm guilty of it myself on a couple of occasions as well. According to the results of a survey conducted by the Harvard Business Review of 46,000 people, 73% of them also said they buy from multiple channels. So we really want to focus on this omni-channel approach. Conversely, if companies don't have multiple sales channels, they'll have fewer opportunities to catch customers' eyes generally. So 22% of North American retailers consider securing multiple channels of sale as the single most important issue that they face as online retailers as well. As a very real example of this, selling with 4 or more sales channels, so it might be a physical store, it might be a website, might be linking through more, might be doing something within the app. Having 4 or more sales channels means that there will be a 300% difference in sales in comparison to having only 1 or 2 channels. So very much we need to bring the omni-channel approach to sales to our online digitalization and adoption going forward. Within e-commerce as well, digital transformation makes it very possible and frankly very, very easy to purchase at both physical stores and online stores, as well as at malls and official websites. You can link everything by a point of sale system in your physical store or using an app, for example. It has become commonplace that end users can not only purchase, but also can receive the goods, both in an offline and online sense. The average rate of click and collect adoption in the UK really matches this. And we'll see a little bit later on as well why click and collect is so important for, in particular, Gen Z. But 75% of companies in the UK have adopted the click and collect approach in 2020. So apologies if that was a bit familiar. We're focused a lot on those areas as well as we worked through our State of E-commerce webinar. Let's really dive into Black Friday and our learnings from Black Friday and Cyber Monday as well. Less than a decade ago, this would have been an utterly unremarkable shopping day in the UK. UK shoppers generally understood that whilst retailers will always be fiercely competing with each other to secure that spending in the run-up to Christmas, November and December were never really months where retailers would slash their prices as a means to generate sales. It would quite often be quite the opposite. The UK public, and as you can hear from my accent, the Australian public is very, very similar in this sense as well. Had to wait to Boxing Day for retailers to cut prices in order to sell excess Christmas stock. Leading news stories on Boxing Days would often consist of shoppers, both from the UK and overseas, flocking to the UK's department stores to essentially obtain the best bargains. That has very much changed with the adoption of Black Friday in the UK. That change increased adoption of Black Friday discounting by the UK's retailers around 6 years ago. It's come in. Amazon had originally brought Black Friday deals into the UK from 2010 onwards, but Black Friday was firmly on the UK's radar in 2014, where headlines featured shoppers at several UK supermarkets coming to blows, physical blows. Not over toilet paper this time, but in a bid to purchase heavily discounted televisions. So Black Friday and Cyber Monday has obviously come in massively. This year, Black Friday and Cyber Monday increased package deliveries by as much as 140% in November in comparison to the month before. Particularly as UK lockdown, the second lockdown in the UK came into place. Black Friday sales essentially boomed. In the US, customers spent $9 billion on Black Friday, which is up 21.6% on a year ago, this time a year ago. Smartphones have taken a big growth as well on Black Friday. So smartphones continue to account for an increasing proportion of online sales. This year's smartphone in the Black Friday weekend purchases was 3.6 billion of that 9 billion, which is up 25.3% on this time last year as well. While alternative deliveries, such as click and collect, a sign of the e-commerce space maturing, also continue to grow. So in-store and curbside pickup was up 52% on this time from this time in 2019. There are many positives that we can take from Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Firstly, we saw a peak on top of a peak. So e-commerce revenues rose 144%, as well as that 140% growth in terms of delivery. Due to the nature of this year's Black Friday and Cyber Monday, sales have absolutely smashed previous records, obviously due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and that's resulted in much higher numbers for retailers who will take part in the holiday going forward as well. So if the adoption wasn't there already, very much is now. E-commerce managers will be very excited to know that website conversion shot up 107% in the week of Black Friday as well, resulting in a sustained increase in traffic. That was up 72% in November as COVID-19 pulled festive spending forward. Really important point to note that festive spending is being pulled massively forward. And we've got obviously a very festive looking COVID-19 shopper there as well. The statistics prove that there has been a dramatic rise globally, not just in the UK, not just in the US, but globally. For example, in the States, over the 5-day shopping period of Black Friday, we had an increase of $39 billion on this time last year. If we look at some of the particular statistics there, one of the really interesting ones is Thanksgiving Day in the States actually had the largest increase from a percentage perspective, meaning that consumers, and again, I'm very much in this category, are now not only waiting for Black Friday to get the deals, but they're expecting early Black Friday deals as well. Shopping is increasing in the days before Black Friday as well. And so this has become a 5-day holiday in the UK where we've got Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. I'm sure there'll be a name for Sunday by this time next year, Cyber Monday. But Thanksgiving Day itself, not being able to wait until that particular day, really fascinating insight there in terms of the 50% increase in sales on Thanksgiving Day itself in the States. The global pandemic continues to impact category performance as well. The largest category share of the week is sporting goods on Black Friday, which was 136% year-on-year percentage growth. This was followed, of all things, by travel. Despite being down on 4 of the 5 shopping days, the travel category managed to pull through with the most year-on-year growth on Black Friday itself, 570%. Sorry, 569%, but a 569% growth of travel and purchases of travel, which resulted in a 50% year-on-year growth overall. Very much e-commerce. Worth remembering, obviously travel restrictions as well. However, the boom that we've seen in sales and revenue isn't necessarily all that positive for UK e-commerce retailers. So as a result of these holidays, retailers are discounting to bolster revenues regardless of the negative long-term impacts on margins and brand value. There have been numerous reports so far stating and highlighting that Black Friday deals aren't necessarily any better than discounts available before, as UK retailers are offering discounts of up to 80% across 50% of their product range prior to Black Friday. So we've essentially increased our cost per unit, our cost per SKU, brought it back down, and that's been noticed, and that's very damaging. So the most damaging effect, though, of Black Friday and Cyber Monday is trading too violently. This has resulted in a high-level stock shortage in the peak trading period running up to Christmas. Is there such thing as too much of a good thing? It's a really interesting question. I'm sure there will be people watching this who have been able to stock and do so absolutely fine. And I think there will be others who have experienced exactly this issue, that stock levels generally are much lower now, and we can't necessarily meet demand in the lead up to Christmas. In terms of the overall earnings from Black Friday as well, Amazon leads omnichannel purchases. Amazon has brought it in from the start. Amazon is the largest mall in the world, and Amazon leads omnichannel purchases, remains the leading Cyber Week shopping destination for consumers. The hybrid style of shopping has also come into play. So as we look into the different statistics of how particular generations buy, 75% of businesses we saw previously adopted a click and collect approach. Click and collect accounts for a third of Gen Z shopping, particularly with holiday shopping. So if you're part of the 25% of businesses who don't adopt a click and collect approach to purchasing, you're missing out on essentially 30% of Gen Z sales. And I'm sorry, Gen Z. Gen Z. That's the Americanization coming in there as well. However, something which wasn't anticipated as well is the rise of social commerce. Social commerce is very, very much on the rise. What I mean by social commerce is buying directly through the social media platform. So Facebook itself saw a 123% increase in growth merchandise value and a 98% increase in orders year on year this year. Facebook's had its marketplace option for a while, but the absolute growth that is coming this year has been amazing. If you're on LinkedIn, sorry, LinkedIn doesn't quite have as much selling in that sense, but if you're on Instagram, you might notice that if you click on a certain post now, you can actually get pop-ups which take you directly to an online store where you can purchase something that's in the post as well. Social commerce is absolutely booming going forward. And it's a sign of strength for social commerce in the future e-commerce landscape, and a concern for current e-commerce models if you're not keeping up with social commerce as well. With all this increase of revenue, e-commerce platforms and retailers also need to be far more alert. As an industry, e-retailers experienced twice as many account takeovers and cyber attacks than any other industry this year. So 62% of login pages were attacked, against 25% last year. 79% of retailers suffered credential stuffing, where previously breached credentials are used in automated attacks across a large number of sites. It's noted that several attacks and trends this year are likely to have been influenced by the greater number of shoppers online because of COVID-19 lockdowns. Elsewhere, API attacks have surged past usual levels this year as well. So cross-site scripting is up 42%, SQLI up 40%, together accounting for the majority of attacks as attackers sought to access customer databases. This means that companies must be incredibly careful and secure when they have busy periods on their website. This could be the perfect time for hackers to essentially attack. Cyber Week faced a two-pronged threat, managing unprecedented levels of human and attack traffic to their websites and APIs. So companies must ensure that their security is strong enough to block out any threats. And I'm sure many of you saw this on LinkedIn in one of the trending LinkedIn news articles. Scalper bots, particularly with the launch of PlayStation 5, which had massive sales online, essentially taking off the top level as well. So not only how do we control against attacks, how do we deal with our constant increase in traffic from just general human purchases, how do we make sure the right people are buying our goods and services online that aren't, for example, these bots? The same thing happened, as we can see there, with goods like toilet paper. And that wasn't necessarily just on Amazon, that was in stores as well. So we've got to be very, very cautious of how we stop these scalper bots, how we protect our websites from this sort of level, and how we control that as well. There's a couple of ways that we do it at W2 Solution as well, and I thought I'd take you into this area. I do apologize. I'll log in very, very quickly as well. So we come into our platform. This is our all-in-one platform suite, W2 Cloud Commerce Platform Suite. Hopefully look into this now. If you'd like to see it separately, again, don't hesitate to get in touch. Knowing that mall integration and knowing that Amazon were absolutely the largest winners as far as the e-commerce sphere goes, how do you deal with it as an e-commerce website? Well, we very, very easily link to malls. We link to any mall, frankly, that you'd like to link to, and set up our items very, very quickly and easily so that your brand and your products can subsequently benefit from their deals and from the success that companies like Amazon are having organically rather than anything else. As far as real-time inventory and stock levels go as well, we manage real store management and have that real omni-channel approach to the way that we do essentially everything from our e-commerce platform, because we know that there's that 300% increase in your online sales if you use 4 or more channels. So we link to real stores, we gather inventory level, we have alerts set up so that you make sure you've got the right stock levels at the right time, and that's real time for not only you but your consumers as well. And we easily link that nicely so that we establish a clear and easy click and collect relationship as well. We make sure to capitalize on that Gen Z purchase habit. And really, we increase repurchasing through not only that real store management, but also, frankly, through the other tabs that we have in terms of creating marketing planning, creating coupons, creating customer loyalty by creating fans of our brand. Happy to talk about that separately as well. The last big thing for us is cybersecurity. So we're incredibly secure, and we take security very, very seriously here at W2 Solution. So a big part of that is obviously our mall integration. So we host 25,000 unique users per second, 400 orders per minute as well. That's just part of our standard platform. We're highly secure due to our 100% in-house development, nothing as far as open source platforms, high security HTTPS sites, antivirus protocols, internally built mechanisms. We really focus on protecting our customers' sites safely from those unauthorized access and access attacks and all those scalper bots as well. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I hope you found it enlightening for years going forward in particular. And I think this stock issue will be one that really, really affects how companies essentially push their Black Friday deals. But all the best going into Christmas. And hopefully it's a very successful one for you selling online.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sean. That was really informative, really interesting. I think it really shows that these are unprecedented times, aren't they? So yeah, that's a wrap really from W2 UK for 2020. And I really look forward to see what 2021 brings, especially with this time next year, you know, what the state of e-commerce will be then. So thank you again for Sean, UK Head of Sales and Marketing, for hosting that for us. And thanks to all of the attendees as well. What we're going to do is we're going to post this up as well as a video on our YouTube channel. So feel free to share that one, and anyone that wasn't able to attend, hopefully you'll be watching that there. So have a wonderful winter break from everyone at W2 UK, and we'll probably host our next seminar in the new year. It will probably be in January. So thank you very much, everyone, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.